Hello, beautiful patriots.
Hello, patriots and odds, digital soldiers, and proud deplorables.
This is
This
Carrie,
is Joel
and we are the Quiet Boys.
of Truth.
Coming at you a little bit later than normal on this Saturday evening.
Just a little bit.
Hope everybody is having a really nice weekend, having a good Saturday night, just chilling, relaxing, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. How are you feeling today, Carrie?
I feel all right after my 3-hour-long power nap earlier, which is part of the reason why we're so late coming at you this evening, guys. As you know from the last couple days, Joel and our 8-year-old son have both been tested positive for COVID.
Got the Rona.
Yep, and I live with them, so
You probably got it.
so far I haven't had really many symptoms, just a little bit of dizziness for some reason, and just headaches and just kind of tired.
Yeah.
Like today,
I think it's cool that me and our president are like Rona buddies now.
You seriously you guys got it like the same day.
High five, Mr. President.
He'll be fine. That is if that's all true, which we are still trying to figure out. So I've been watching a lot of truther shows, like the truther shows that we've watched this whole movement pretty much. And the general consensus seems to be among all of them is that they're not quite convinced that President Trump actually has COVID.
You're right.
Which kind of goes along with what we've been feeling too. I mean, just based on all of the things that we know, all of the things that we've been told to be prepared for, and just things that are beyond coincidence, and the fact that we can't really take things at face value anymore, just knowing what we know and all of the secret codes and all of the proofs and everything. It's just past that point where we can just accept things when we hear them and take them at face value. So I think that's why a lot of us in the truth, community, we're just kind of like, what's really going on?
Yeah, what's really happening here?
It's really kind of beyond the point of coincidence.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So what were some things that we had wanted to talk about with that, Joel?
I think, hold on, let me get over here, guys, real quick. I want to show you something. All right, let's see where we at here. We're going to talk about
everybody,
this, right?
By the way, hope everyone's having a great Saturday night.
Hope you guys definitely are, because
hope everybody is feeling good and not too worried about our president.
Not feeling too Rona-y.
Oh yeah, we wanted to start with this one because it's funny and we need some humor right now, right, guys?
Yeah. This is the best.
Coronavirus panics after testing positive for Trump.
That's right. It didn't even panic when Chuck Norris got it, but
right,
the president gets it, it's all over.
Chuck Norris, that's nothing but Trump. Oh, better watch out. Coronavirus has begun panicking after testing positive for Trump. The test came back late Thursday evening, and doctors confirmed the worst. The coronavirus has contracted Trump 45. Oh no, we're doomed, cried tiny little coronaviruses, frantically looking for a way to escape Trump's body. But Trump held his breath and plugged his nose and ears, sealing off escape hatch after escape hatch, preventing the viruses from leaving his body. Superpowered Trump antibodies shaped like little Ys with orange hair charged in, sealing the coronavirus's fate. Game over, man, game over. They're coming out of the blood vessel walls. They're coming out of the gosh darn walls, the coronaviruses screamed as they made their desperate last stand.
I love the Babylon Bee. It's so freaking hilarious.
It's exactly what we need right now, guys.
Definitely. Yeah, you guys go check those guys out. They're hilarious over there.
So what are our two options, right? Our two options are that A, President Trump does have COVID and is actually at Walter Reed Medical Center, right?
Right.
And if that's the case, guys, we know that we don't need to worry about our president, even though he is 74 years old. He is in excellent health. And as we know, he's a warrior.
Yes.
I'm not worried about that. Even if he does have COVID, which I'm not entirely convinced that he does.
Exactly. Vaccine damaged veteran. Is he really at Walter Reed?
At Walter Reed?
Really? That is the question, isn't it?
There's a lot of speculation about that.
Well, we're going to get into that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, so that's the first option, right? That he possibly is there and he has COVID and he's a warrior and he's going to get better and everything will be fine. The other option, which I think a lot of people are leaning toward, is that he's not at Walter Reed at all.
Right.
And this is the start of the 10 days of darkness, possibly, that we've been hearing about. Yep. Because although we previously heard that COVID, you're supposed to quarantine for 7 to 14 days, right? That's what I remember hearing initially. And now all of a sudden, it's 10 days.
Yeah, weird.
10 days. That's what they told you, Joel.
That's what they told me, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what all the mainstream reports that are coming out, they're all saying.
They were like, hey,
that Trump has to quarantine for 10 days.
Listen, Joel, this is what they said to me, guys. They said, listen, Joel,
this isn't gonna
you have two options here. You can quarantine for 14 days, or you can go through 10 dark nights of the soul.
Oh my God.
No, that's not what they said, but I mean, it's ridiculous how bad they make it seem to be. And guys, I can tell you right now, it's not everything they're saying it is. Like, I feel fine. I just feel a little fatigued.
Right, but
I'm over the worst of it.
Like you said yesterday, a young strapping buck. So
yeah. Thanks for noticing. That. Joking.
No, but PIR actually did a really good episode today about people who have type 2 diabetes, that type of thing, and related to coronavirus.
I know Phoenix does a lot of those kinds of things.
Yes, yeah. So that was very informative. If you haven't checked that out, most of you guys probably already have, because you guys know PIR. So yeah,
exactly. So let's get over here to Twitter.
Yeah, so our president put out a video today, guys. So let's go ahead and check that out. And it's just kind of interesting. There's a few things we noticed from this video that just seemed a little bit odd if he really is at Walter Reed Medical Center, which is the story kind of that we're being told.
Yeah. Guys, go ahead and give this a listen. And then actually, I'm going to zoom this up bigger because I want to begin because it's something that you need to see full screen. And it's even better if you can watch this, go to Twitter and watch this with headphones on, because you can kind of hear in the background. It sounds like a really big HVAC system, or maybe they're on a vessel of some kind.
I could hear it toward like the first half of the video. I could hear it, and then I couldn't hear it so much the latter half of the video. And then the other thing we want you to watch for is that it looks like the camera, whoever's recording this, it doesn't appear to be on a tripod, or if it is, it's moving around a little bit.
That's the other thing.
Which is kind of odd.
Watch the wobbling of it,
just
because it's almost like somebody's holding it.
All right. Let's go, Joel.
By thanking all of the incredible medical professionals, the doctors, the nurses, everybody at Walter Reed Medical Center. I think it's the finest in the world, for the incredible job they've been doing. I came here, wasn't feeling so well. I feel much better now. We're working hard to get me all the way back. I have to be back because we still have to make America great again. We've done an awfully good job of that, but we still have steps to go, and we have to finish that job. And I'll be back. I think I'll be back soon. And I look forward to finishing up the campaign the way it was started and the way we've been doing and the kind of numbers that we've been doing. We've been so proud of it. But this was something that happened, and it's happened to millions of people all over the world, and I'm fighting for them. Not just in the U.S., I'm fighting for them all over the world. We're going to beat this coronavirus, or whatever you want to call it, and we're going to beat it soundly. So many things have happened. If you look at the therapeutics, which I'm taking right now, some of them, and others are coming out soon that are looking like, frankly, they're miracles. If you want to know the truth, they're miracles. People criticize me when I say that, but we have things happening that look like they're miracles coming down from God. So I just want to tell you that I'm starting to feel good. You don't know over the next period of a few days. I guess that's the real test. So we'll be seeing what happens over those next couple of days. I just want to be so thankful for all of the support I've seen, whether it's on television or reading about it. I most of all appreciate what's been said by the American people, by almost a bipartisan consensus of American people. It's a beautiful thing to see. and I very much appreciate it, and I won't forget it. I promise you that. I also want to thank the leaders of the world for their condolences, and they know what we're going through. They know what, as your leader, what I have to go through. But I had no choice because I just didn't want to stay in the White House. I was given that alternative. Stay in the White House, lock yourself in, don't ever leave, don't even go to the Oval Office. Just stay upstairs and enjoy it. Don't see people, don't talk to people, and just be done with it. And I can't do that. I had to be out front, and this is America. This is the United States. This is the greatest country in the world. This is the most powerful country in the world. I can't be locked up in a room upstairs and totally safe and just say, hey, whatever happens, happens. I can't do that. We have to confront problems. As a leader, you have to confront problems. There's never been a great leader that would have done that. So that's where it is. I'm doing well. I want to thank everybody. Our First Lady is doing very well. Melania asked me to say something as to the respect that she has for our country, the love that she has for our country. And we're both doing well. Melania is really handling it very nicely. As you've probably read, she's slightly younger than me, just a little tiny bit. And therefore, just we know the disease, we know the situation with age versus younger people. And Melania is handling it statistically like it's supposed to be handled. And that makes me very happy, and it makes the country very happy. But I'm also doing well, and I think we're going to have a very good result. Again, over the next few days, we're going to probably know for sure. So I just want to thank everybody out there, everybody, all over the world, specifically the United States. The outpouring of love has been incredible. I will never forget. Thank you very much.
We love you, Mr. President.
Yeah, so how about that, guys?
Yeah,
How
you
about
can
that?
clearly see, let's see, who was it in the chat? Jessica Bailey says, watch the book on the desk. And yeah, when you watch that book, guys, you can clearly see the camera moving
Yeah.
up and down.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And it does look like
Get
it's
back
on
here.
a tripod
Mhm.
because it's very steady. You know, if somebody were holding that, it would be very shaky. We know what that looks like, right? And this is clearly very steady, but it's also moving, which indicates to me
movement, like
that he
yeah.
is on some type of moving vehicle.
Right. So I was having
Right.
a good talk with some friends last night, and they were saying that somebody pointed out to me. In fact, if you guys want to go give him a follow, it's a good idea. Snarkish Dano on Twitter. He pointed out to me, and I remember this, but it was like one of those things I forgot. But any airplane that the president is on is known as Air Force One. Any airplane the president enters is Air Force One.
Okay.
And I thought that was very interesting. But those planes that were scrambled up along the coastline, those were known as doomsday planes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty interesting. So I wanted to show you guys something else here. Let's go home here real quick.
Yeah, so there's the possibility that he's on a plane, or as somebody brought up in the chat, there's
okay, look, Qtah brought this up.
Yeah,
too. Look at
so
this. So Red October theory, and this is really interesting. POTUS video, swaying objects, sounds of turbines or motors, the table moving, everything shifting like out at sea. Drops week ago, 50-foot zero bubble, running red, rig for red. Is POTUS insulated in a nuclear class submarine? Now that is a very good question. Very good question.
It does make sense when you think about all of those Q posts, like he mentions here, all of the ones we've been getting about rig for red and running red, and then Melania wearing the red dress on October 1st. And then when Trump was speaking about the Russia hoax revelations on Fox News, they were showing the White House lit up red, and I believe that was the night that we found out that he had tested positive for COVID. That was October 1st, I believe.
Yeah.
And then there's all these just crazy things, guys, with that Mickey clock. Remember the Mickey clock? Go here real quick.
Yeah. You want me to go
I think
over
it's
here?
on there.
Oh,
here,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, let me get
Show
it on
that
there.
again.
Let me get it on there for you
Just
guys.
to refresh your memories, guys. Remember this creepy Mickey clock that we were trying to figure out
We're like,
the
why are they
meaning of
showing us
this.
this? Right. Yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
weird.
so it's pointing to 10-2. That's crazy because 10-2,
Right.
that's
Right.
yesterday.
And yeah, very, very crazy stuff. I
POTUS
want to give
began his
another big
quarantine.
shout out for all our patriots that are here with us right now. If you're just joining us, we're
Yes.
just kind of
Welcome, guys.
running over
Welcome,
some interesting
welcome.
stuff, and we'll be going over some Q posts.
Hope everybody's having an amazing
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
evening.
Let's give big shout outs here. Vaccine damaged veteran, Lima Beans,
Helen
Jessica
D,
Bailey,
Joe Huck, Wide Awake,
Serene.
Serene.
Glad to have you here.
Laura Me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for being here, guys. Really do appreciate it.
Did we say Jessica? We did, right? Jessica Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
So nice to have all you guys here with
nice.
us.
Yeah, nice.
I love this.
Nice to have you guys here.
Okay, so there's that, the Mickey clock. I think we might have talked about this yesterday, but just when POTUS tweeted out, we're in this together, and it was all uppercase. I don't know if we have that available right now.
Let's see if I can't find that. Okay.
But guys, think about that. So we know that POTUS, when he does things like that, when he has a misspelling or things are in all caps, right? That it's usually some type of code, or he's telling us to look into something.
Yeah.
So when he put together all uppercase, I mean, to me, that immediately, when we looked at that, right, Joel, that was a couple nights ago when he first put it out. We're like,
yeah,
to
weird.
get her,
it was weird.
To get her, yeah, for sure.
Oh, this is another good Patriot for you guys to follow. If you don't know, Going Global at Going Global 2. Go give her a follow. You won't be disappointed. So let me see if I can find.
So while he's looking for that, guys, has anyone been watching Paris Hilton lately? A lot of weird things going on with her. She's basically coming out and talking about the fact that she was abused as a child, and she's talking about this school that she was sent to. Just some pretty crazy stuff. And I mentioned that because from way back in the day, we saw a lot of pictures of Paris Hilton with Rachel Chandler.
Yes.
Who you might remember.
Should be coming in the news very soon, right?
We haven't, we heard about her.
Maybe I'm past it.
Let
me see if I can find it again.
Q way back in the day, and then her name kind of just dropped off, right? We haven't heard anything about Rachel Chandler lately. But there were pictures that were put up of her and Paris Hilton, and then Paris Hilton just coming out and saying all the things that she's saying. So pretty interesting.
This was sent out day before yesterday, right? So this was interesting. We have Donald Trump, our president, saying, tonight, Flotus and I tested positive for COVID-19. We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together. But guys, if you break that up, it's to get her.
And then didn't he tweet something about Evergreen recently too?
I don't know.
I heard something about this. There's just so much information.
But this was tweeted out 9 hours ago. I want to point this out. He says together again. It's all capitalized this time, but it sounds crazy when you say it this way. Our great USA wants and needs a stimulus. Work together and get it done, or work to get her and get it done.
Get it done.
It's very, it's all theory, just theorizing.
Right.
Oh, Bruno barking. Boop. There you go. Yeah. So, what was there something else you wanted to look at, Carrie?
Oh, probably. Just a lot of, I don't know, a lot of hit pieces still coming out.
Is this one?
Let's see. Yeah. I mean, they wasted no time, guys, in coming out and talking about how, basically they're saying the election is doomed and all of this stuff. And they took this as an opportunity. Our president being sick, they took it as an opportunity to slam him and everything he stands for and his whole campaign and everything. Right. So we don't yet necessarily need to show any of those articles, guys. I'm sure you know what they're saying. A lot of people have been coming out and actually saying horrible things like they hope our president dies and things like that. And, it's just horrible.
Interesting.
But it really shows their true character, when they come out and say things like that. So.
I'm sorry. This has to be shown. This has to be shown.
Oh my goodness.
Good old James Woods, guys. Awesome one to follow on Twitter as well.
Yeah, he's great.
Biden Harris, man, look at the crowd size. This guy's got so much energy, man. Just
Oh my
amazing,
goodness.
amazing. Look at that. Oh, look, here's our president. He's got the Rona, but still working his butt off. Look at that.
Oh, that was another thing. So from the video that we just watched, did you notice the white cabinets in the background? Somebody posted some pictures on Twitter of what Walter Reed Medical Center actually looks like inside, and they showed the president, where the president is supposedly staying, and nowhere in there are there any type of white cabinets like the ones we just saw in that video. So just another interesting thing to think about.
Right. Okay, what are we going on to now?
So I think we're gonna go through some Q posts, guys.
Oh,
So
sounds good
last
to
night
me.
we left off on the posts from the 28th. So I think we're gonna jump right into posts from the 29th, and we'll kind of see how far we get with this. We are still a few days behind.
Yeah, because of the Rona. Sorry. It's because of the Rona, guys.
Right. Yeah. So
Well.
we definitely went over that one.
All right, let me do
Okay.
this. Let's really get these up in here.
Whoa. Oh yeah, that one. Oh, so weird.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think this Joe Biden one was the first one from the 29th. So this is from 10:38 a.m. and it's post 4787. So what do we got going on there, Joel?
all right. So it looks like it's a screenshot from the boards. Yeah. When was that? So that was September 10th of 2020.
Right. So they were talking about the debates.
Yeah.
So
they're asking you. Yeah. Some of you guys who remember this, Q was asking, hey, will the Biden camp find an excuse or reason to terminate it? Will the Biden camp be provided with the questions ahead of time? Of course, they always are. If you're working for the Democrats.
Right. And then the special communication device.
Right. Is he going to have something in his ear? Everybody's like, check his ears. Did he have like something that looks like a hearing aid in there? What? And he did. Look at this. He
did. Yeah.
This was taken from a different one, guys. But look, you can see right here, there's nothing in there. But this looks like a fleshy little plug thing that fits inside his ear. I mean, look at it right there.
Right.
There should be shadow in there, and there's not. It looks just like a smooth little surface, and you can tell this is how it should look, right? And I understand maybe the lighting's different in this picture from this one, but at the same time, you would still have a shadow, or you could see into the ear canal like you can right here. You can't see that in these ones, which means he's got a device in that's feeding him information. And that's exactly, look, and yeah, even Q says number 3, which was Biden camp will be provided the questions ahead of time and assistance in the form of a special communication device.
Right, because a lot of us were surprised that he actually showed up for the debate, right? And that he didn't do as horrible as we know he probably should have.
Yeah.
So it seemed apparent that he did have that listening device in there.
Yeah. So we can go to this article here real quick, and what's it talk about?
Basically, the Trump campaign asked for them to inspect the candidates' ears, and they refused, of course, and said it was absurd and all that. So
let's bring in Corey Lewandowski.
We can see it in the picture. So yeah, we don't need to see it again. All right, so this is the one we went over last night, guys. Can you scroll down? They actually have formed a House resolution condemning QAnon and rejecting the conspiracy theories it promotes. So that just shows the extreme level of desperation that they are feeling right now.
Yep.
Representative Tom Malinowski, of course, is the one who brought this. And just a tidbit about Tom Malinowski. Lobbied to protect sexual predators. So this is from August 6th of 2020. And it says that headline is not a mistake. While he was a high-paid DC lobbyist, Tom Malinowski worked to ensure sex offenders who violated children would not have to join a national sex offender registry, and pushed for sexual predators to receive more lenient sentences. Those who scream the loudest.
Yeah.
So this is the guy who brought forth the resolution condemning QAnon.
Wow.
So that just, tells you a lot right there.
Yes, it does. Speaks
just like
volumes.
how we talked yesterday about, Christopher Wallace is friends with Jeffrey Epstein. So of course he's going to be biased toward our president.
You mean was friends with him?
Was.
Sorry.
He probably still is in his mind.
Probably. Okay, here we go. So
this one's crazy.
But yeah, this one's wild, guys. Post 4789 dropped 29th of September 2020 at 11:37. We have a picture of Hillary Clinton, guys, and look at this. I want you to really take a look. So you see this book that's her laptop
to
is
figure
on.
out what was going
Lucio
on here.
Bubacco, right?
This is
Look
disgusting.
at this. So let me show you here.
So wait,
this
Hillary
is
was
the
doing
type
a podcast.
of artwork
Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
Hillary
she was doing a
podcast,
podcast and she had this book supporting her laptop, right? One of them.
Oh my god!
Right.
So this is the type of art.
Yeah, this is what she's into.
That is in this book. That's on her desk.
That. Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Oh
but look at this. Look at this.
That's crazy.
Q says podcast yesterday, intentional or careless. Oh yeah. Knowing her, it was probably both. You know.
Oh, so Laura Me says Joe Biden's eyes also looked odd. I was thinking the same thing.
Yes, somebody else had mentioned that, Laura. Somebody else had mentioned
contacts or something was off. Definitely.
Yeah, it looked like his little blue eyes had turned a darker shade all of a sudden.
I've seen him a couple times where he's looked weird like that. Kind of like how Kamala looked. Remember when it looked like Kamala, whatever. Kamala. It's Kamala. I don't know.
It's Kamala.
Remember when she looked all scary, like really scary with the dark eyes and the
when she looked all crazy
face and her cheekbones, like everything was
looked
just
like
so
she had a bunch of plastic surgery done right
looking.
before she went on
right.
TV.
Well, I've seen Joe a couple times lately where he's kind of had that same weird look about him. Like, it's hard to describe it. He just looks different and weird.
You know what they look like, guys, is if you guys saw the movie Men in Black, like towards the beginning of the movie where that guy, like alien, like takes that guy's suit and then his wife walks out there and she's like,
oh, right.
Edgar, what's wrong with you? And he's like, your skin's hanging off your bones. And he like pulls his skin back and he's like, is that better? You know, that's what it looked like to me.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I just rambled there for a minute. So let's move on.
Yeah, his eyes were darting left and right. Yeah, like he was reading. Yeah, it was weird. Okay. I love this one. Look at this one, guys.
Yeah, this is so true too, guys. God woke you up for a reason. Look at that. That is so cool. I wish I could get the whole thing in the shot. But
all of us right now, we are awake.
Guys, you are awake.
This.
You're awake
this
to witness
this. This is what we're here for, guys.
This is amazing.
We are all woken up in this together.
Literally going to be biblical what's about to happen, guys. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and it's so amazing to have all of you guys here with us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Want to pick a better bunch of patriots.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. Getting all like emotional over here.
Yeah. Okay, so up next, we've got post 4791, dropped 29th of September 2020 at 1:13. It links to a Twitter account, looks like Chad Pergrams, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, wow, big old thread here. So it says DNI info to Graham in late July 2016. U.S. intelligence agencies obtained insight into Russian intelligence analysis alleging that U.S. presidential candidate Hillary Clinton had approved a campaign plan to stir up a scandal against U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump.
Ooh, and then number 2, DNI info to Graham by tying him to Putin and the Russians' hacking of the Democratic National Committee. The IC does not know the accuracy of this allegation or the extent to which the Russian intelligence analysis may reflect exaggeration or fabrication. No, they had it right. The Russians were trying to interfere with the election, right? Just not in the way that they presented it.
It was with Hillary's help.
It was for Hillary.
She's like, hey, can you guys help me?
It was on her command. Yeah. Oh my gosh, she's
busted.
So busted.
BUSTED.
Whoa. Okay.
Straight busted.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I think so about funny, that. Oh, geez.
I was a cheerleader. Okay.
Don't make me blush.
Never mind. It was like a lifetime ago, guys. A lifetime ago. All right. So looks like post 4792 from the 29th at 1:14. Oh, so this is the letter to Lindsey Graham. And let's see. So it says, Chairman Graham, in response to your request for intelligence community information related to the FBI Crossfire Hurricane investigation, I have declassified the following. This is dated September 29th also. In late July 2016, U.S. intelligence agencies obtained insight into Russian intelligence analysis alleging that U.S. presidential candidate Hillary Clinton had approved a campaign plan to stir up a scandal against U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump by tying him to Putin and the Russians' hacking of the DNC. The IC does not know the accuracy of this allegation, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, guys, I realized that I just read this. The second one is, according to his handwritten notes, former CIA Director Brennan subsequently briefed President Obama and other senior national security officials on the intelligence, including the alleged approval by Hillary Clinton on July 26 of 2016 of a proposal from one of her foreign policy advisors to vilify Donald Trump by stirring up a scandal claiming interference by Russian security services. On 7 September 2016, U.S. intelligence officials forwarded an investigative referral to FBI Director James Comey and Deputy Assistant Director of Counterintelligence Peter Strzok regarding U.S. presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's approval of a plan concerning U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump and Russian hackers, hampering U.S. elections as a means of distracting the public from her use of a private mail server. Enough said.
Enough said. Boom.
Oh my
Look
gosh.
at that.
It says,
Respectfully, John Ratcliffe.
yeah, Attorney General Barr has advised that the disclosure of this info will not interfere with ongoing Department of Justice investigations. Additional declass and public disclosure of related intelligence remains under consideration. However, the IC welcomes the opportunity to provide a classified briefing with further detail at your convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're just joining us, guys, we are going over the Q post. Thank you for being here. Who else we got? Oh, Pepper Jenkins, Love Queen,
Hi,
007, Mid the
welcome.
007. Welcome. Another
Welcome,
OG
guys.
Patriot. Love that.
We're so
Thank you
glad
for
you're
being
here.
Okay, so we're up here now. All right. So post 4793 dropped 29th of September 2020 at 1:25. So we've got, what is this? This is a graphic here. Let's check this out. So, gee, thanks, Joel. What did I do? Okay.
Thanks, Joel.
Okay, so I know you can't look past Bernie and March primaries, but who is in charge of the Trump Swift boat project? Needs to be ready, funded, unleashed when we decide, but not a half-assed scramble. And who's that?
Trump Swift boat
From
project.
Joel Johnson.
I'm sorry, guys, not computing. I'm not sure who Joel Johnson is.
Looks like it was going to Jennifer Palmieri. And let's
so Hillary.
Oh, look
Trump
at this.
Swift boat project.
Clinton
op.
Yeah. What is that?
If anyone knows, we probably should have researched that beforehand, guys. Sorry. I'm not sure. Yeah. If you all know what that is.
Yeah, if you know, drop it in the chat. I'd love to know about it if you guys know.
Okay, so post 4794 is from the 30th at 8:41. And we've got an article here from the Federalist.com. Underneath this, Q says, some believe the protection of agency is what matters most. Some believe the declassification or public exposure of truth and rebuilding of agency is what matters most. Apply same to FBI, apply same to state. Any attempt to buck the system, no matter severity of crime, and they will fight back. Self-preservation, shadow game. Prevent public exposure of truth. Why? People united have the power. Notice, guys, that's all in caps there. Can you scroll down a little bit?
Absolutely.
That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to effect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience hath shewn that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable. Scroll down, dude, he's not paying attention. Than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered, yet we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. Q.
Yeah, that's right. I wanted to show this real quick because Miss Honey Badger just dropped a link in here. Let's go check that out. So it takes us to CNS News. Thanks, Miss Honey Badger, for dropping that in there.
Okay.
So WikiLeaks, Clinton campaign talked about Trump's Swift boat project 8 months ago. This was dropped October 24th, 2016. Wow. Wow. Let's go down here. So 8 months ago, on February 26, 2016, an outside communications strategist, excuse me, guys, wrote to Hillary Clinton's communications director, Jennifer Palmieri, asking her who's in charge of the Trump Swift boat project. Well, let's see here. Swift boating, a form of political attack, was coined in the 2004 presidential campaign when Democrat John Kerry was running against George W. Bush. A nonprofit group called Swift Boat Veterans for Truth said Kerry was unfit to be commander-in-chief based on his phony war crime charges, his exaggerated claims about his own service in Vietnam, and his deliberate misrepresentation of Swift boat operations. You want to take that?
In the February 26th email released Monday by WikiLeaks, that's when we just looked at, guys, Joel Johnson, a managing director of the Glover Park Group and a former Bill Clinton advisor, wrote to Palmieri, I know you can't look past Bernie and March primaries, but who is in charge of the Trump Swift boat project? Needs to be ready, funded, and unleashed when we decide, but not a half-ass scramble. Palmieri responded, gee, thanks, Joel. We thought we could half-ass it. Let's discuss. Sorry, I've been behind too many curtains in my day.
Interesting.
Just referencing the Wizard of Oz there.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, thank you for that. That was awesome. Glad we got that in there. All right, so yeah, awesome. Nice find, Mom. Love it.
Did we want to look at that article or no?
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot that there was one in there.
You're going crazy there with the scroller, Joel.
That's right. Too much power.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so this is from the Federalist. And CIA blocking release of additional docs.
CIA Director Gina Haspel. Yeah.
Blocking declass of remaining Russia Gate documents. So this is from September 30th.
Yeah, not too long ago, just a few days ago.
Yeah, so we know a lot has come out, a lot has been declassed, guys. But she's basically refusing to declassify any other relevant documents. Scroll down. I'm told that it is Gina Haspel personally who's blocking continued declass of these documents that will show the American people the truth of what actually happened. Notably, Haspel was previously the London CIA station chief under former CIA Director John Brennan during the 2016 election. Recall it was London where Christopher Steele was doing all this work, Davis said, noting Haspel was the main link between Washington and London at the time. Haspel was handpicked by former CIA Director John Brennan to run the CIA's operations in London, where she served as the spy agency's bureau chief from 2014 through early 2017. I wonder why she's blocking these documents from being declassified. What do you have to hide? What is there to hide? Says when asked what top bureaucrats might be hiding in these classified documents and what it would take to declassify them, Davis called on President Donald Trump to declassify everything so Americans can see the evidence for themselves. So many of the people blocking these documents are likely implicated by them. Obviously, you have these career bureaucrats whose careers may be destroyed by the facts within them. I think at this point, we need the president to step in and say no more obstruction, no more blocking. We need transparency, and the American people need to hear the truth.
Dang, Skippy.
Absolutely.
Dang, Skippy.
Yeah. And, you know, if there's something in there that you did, you deserve to have your career destroyed. If you did something illegal, you know, you committed treason, you lied, you did whatever you did
Yeah.
that shows your lack of integrity, you don't deserve to have that job. And
Yeah.
you should probably be in jail.
Agree with Susan Carr here in the chat. Yeah, Trump needs to clean house ASAP. You know, and it's happening.
Maybe
for sure.
That's what's happening.
Maybe
right
that's
now,
what's happening
guys.
right now.
I mean,
it could be, guys, but it's a very strategic plan that's been laid out for quite a long time, and we're just watching it play out.
Right. And it really is hard to speculate because, of course, none of us knows exactly what is going on.
And that's, you know, there are reasons for that.
But I feel like with the information that we do have and the connections that all of these brilliant anons are making on Twitter and just everywhere, you know, it's definitely more to what's going on than what we're being told. And it's kind of exciting, actually. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is crazy. So Courtney CCH says, the term swift boating, also swift boating or swift boating, is a pejorative American neologism. I did not say that right. Neologism used to describe an unfair or untrue political attack.
Right. So yeah, Darlene said the use of the wording swift boating has become a key phrase for nasty campaign tactics. So yeah, that makes
a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Thanks, guys.
I thought they were going to build Trump like a really fast boat because of all those other cool ones that were out there.
I was thinking, like, you know how they're having all the boat rally.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was thinking.
Like,
yeah. I was like, oh, that's nice of him. I thought they hated his guts.
Today was actually, I forget what it was called, but it was some like interstate day where you're supposed to go on the freeway with your Trump flags. And unfortunately,
we couldn't do
us
that.
being like ill and homebound, we're like
a couple of sickies.
Yeah, but I saw a lot of really cool patriots out there showing their support for our wonderful president. So woohoo! Absolutely. If you were somebody out there today doing that, right on.
Much love. Yeah. So this was a cool post.
Which one? What are we looking at? 47.95. Okay, so this is from the 30th at 8:57. Oh yes, marathon end. Marathon end. Let's check it out.
And this came from Click. Yeah, so this was pretty interesting. So it says it's about time that something happens. It's enough. This is what Trump was saying. We've got plenty of information on these crooks, a bunch of crooks. Let's take a listen.
This is what he was saying while we were shown the picture of the White House being lit up red.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't this what he was saying?
And you know, it looked red, but actually I think it was lit up pink for
yeah, they say pink, but it looked red.
I know.
It was red. It was
to
me, it looked very red.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you guys.
Yes, there are 2 full moons this month, the 1st and 31st. Vaccine damaged veteran wanted to point that out. That's yeah. Is that a blue moon or no?
No, blue moon's type of beer.
Oh, that much I do know. But isn't it called that when it's 2 times in the same month? Isn't that what a blue moon is? I'm not sure.
I can't
Sorry,
remember.
guys, if that's totally not right. It's something like
we'll have to look it up.
And also, guys, Halloween is going to have a full moon as well. And there was a full moon on the 4th of July, which I don't think that's happened in my lifetime in 1 year on those 2 holidays. But okay, anyway. Yeah.
Did you go for a coup? Did you go for a coup? I don't remember. I know. I'll tell you, we caught him cold. It's about time that something happens, okay? It's about time that something happens. It's enough. We got plenty of information on these crooks. Bunch of crooks. Thing like that's never happened in the history of our country, and it's about time that something happens.
Ooh, you guys hear that? Man, it's about time that something happens. It's enough. We've got plenty of information on these crooks. They're a bunch of crooks. Yeah.
This could be amazing. I don't want to get too excited here,
right, but this is what Q says. Look, marathon end. And do you remember what Q said? It's a marathon, not a race, right?
Right. It's not
a marathon.
Race, it's a marathon.
Right. We did a video on that a while back.
Yeah, that it seems like so long ago. It was about 4 or 5 months ago now, I think.
Maybe. I can't even remember. But yeah, marathon end. Have we reached the end of the marathon, guys? Is this it? There's a lot of stuff lining up. Makes it really seem like it is. So
exciting, guys. Such an exciting
you know what makes it seem like it is? Because there have been too many coincidences that it is now mathematically impossible for it almost not to be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up. Don't like that hopium, but I'm just saying it is pretty interesting.
Definitely. We know we can feel it too. Like we can all feel it, right? Right? Patriots, we can all feel it in the air. You know, we can feel the energy. We can feel that something is happening. We know this.
Oh, yeah, Mither. Totally. Tomorrow is 4/10/20. It's the 4th day of the 10th month of 2020.
Oh, yeah.
4/10/20.
4/10/20.
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
Enjoy the show.
Wow. Nice catch. All right. So then we've got post 4796, drop 30th of September 2020. And it's looks like, what do we got here? Some pictures of, so let me see if I can blow this up here.
So this is from the 30th. And let's see.
Honorable Robert W. Lerberger.
Oh, yeah. So this is Audrey Strauss. Remember? So she is basically resigning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Audrey Strauss is resigning as the acting U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. And who's taking her place?
Audrey Strauss's?
I believe it is James Comey's daughter's husband.
Well,
is that right?
Let's
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
This was from Nurse Deplorable.
Uh-huh.
Hold up. U.S. Attorney of Southern District of New York steps down and Lucas Isaacaroff steps in. This is Comey's son-in-law, married, says for Marine, but I think it's to Marine.
To Marine, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. In addition to being a daughter of Comey and Failer, Maureen attracted attention when she became the lead prosecutor in the case against Jeffrey Epstein, who was accused of being involved in sex trafficking. Maureen was a student of the College of William and Mary and then attended Harvard Law School. Oh, really? Really?
How is that?
Wow.
How is this allowed? How is it allowed for this guy to step in?
This
you
is
know what I
crazy.
mean? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
This is like really fuzzy. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Deep state alert.
Deep state alert. James Comey's daughter, Maureen Comey's husband, is taking over for Aubrey Strauss, the U.S. attorney for Southern District of New York, who indicted Ghislaine Maxwell. Look at that, guys. Yeah, and that leads to Nurse Deplorables, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, what we just saw.
Yeah. Definitely retweeting that. Eyes on, follow the family. Q. Yeah. No joke. Follow the family. Look at that. They're all fighting for their lives right now, guys. All assets activated. Wow.
Yeah, that's
they like use their own family to do this. That is, I can't even fathom. This is crazy.
Yeah, so here we have post 4797 from the 30th at 9:30. And we've got a picture of Maureen, I'm assuming, and Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. Can you scroll down, Joel?
Yep.
James Comey's daughter inspected missing Epstein suicide footage.
Really?
What?
Do you think she noticed anything?
Yeah, I'd be real interested. I think everybody would be very interested.
Wouldn't that be considered a conflict of interest?
I would think that's most definitely a conflict of interest.
Something else known as nepotism.
This is just insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
So it says Q. Q, Comey's daughter. Why is it spelled like that? Oh, somebody just wrote that. Okay. So someone's asking Q. Yeah. Comey's daughter investigated Epstein's suicide and her husband does Ghislaine Maxwell's case. And Q says, do you believe in coincidences? No, we no longer do.
Oh, Harley.
We no longer do.
Yeah, sorry. 4/10/20. 4 is so 4/10/20. Those are the initials for our president, DJT, Donald J. Trump. That's why it's pretty interesting. Everybody got really excited on April 10th of 2020. I remember because it was also 4/10/20. But we have the same situation now.
Oh yeah, Love Queen is reminding us about the Rochester, New York mayor's just indicted.
Yeah, what was her name?
Oh gosh, it was something weird. Like she has a weird name. It's something
Lovely
like,
something.
Lovely, yeah, Warren, or I don't know.
Yeah, Lovely Warren or something. Yeah, that's right. She was indicted. You are correct.
I'm so glad to hear that because as anyone who's been following us for a little while, you know that's my hometown, man. Rochester, New York, and watching what they've done to it has just broken my heart. So I'm so glad to hear that. And I hope that Rochester can get back to its former greatness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So Next one here, we got post 4798 drop 30th of September, and we've got what's this? An image. Facebook says, as part of its recent crackdown on QAnon and militia quote movements, it has removed 6,500 groups belonging to 300 organizations. Carissa Bell Engadget. Okay, so Q says information warfare. That's right. You guys, I do want to point something out here. I was having a good talk with some good friends last night, as I mentioned earlier. One of them's a lot bigger account, and he said something that rang very true. And you guys need to know this, that all of us smaller accounts out there, you know, on YouTube, on Twitter, everywhere, we're going to be taking up the mantle soon, guys. Like, we got to be ready. Like, we are go. You know, they keep knocking out these big accounts and having to rebuild. So it gets difficult, guys, for them to get info out. If you have info, get it out there. Get it out there. Send it to somebody.
Definitely.
You know, get it to somebody who can send it out and make it spread faster. Definitely. If you guys send any good info to us on Twitter, we'll retweet it
on Twitter, or you can email us at quietvoiceoftruth@gmail.com. So yeah, definitely. We need to get the information out there, because they are trying to stifle everything. They're trying to stifle information like never before seen in history.
They're trying to take back the reins that we took away from them, because they're panicking. They're not happy that the truth is coming out.
Right. Was there anything we needed to look at here?
I think this just was pulled from that.
More about
I mean, we'll link it so you can go check it out. It's to Engadget, I think. Or
Up news info. All right. Okay, whoa, here we go. Post 4799 from the 30th at 9:52 p.m. And let's see here. It's from the New York Times, and it says,
let me just make that bigger for you, okay?
Rebuffed by Vatican. Thank you, Joel.
You're welcome.
Pompeo assails China and aligns with Pope's critics. Pope Francis declined to see Secretary of State Monk. Sorry, Mike Pompeo, who was demanding a harder Vatican line on China. The Holy See said meeting just before a U.S. election would be inappropriate. Rebuffed by...
we just read that.
Rome. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo recently published a sharp letter excoriating the Vatican's plans to renew an agreement with the Chinese government on church operations in China. He promoted the article in a tweet, concluding the Vatican endangers its moral authority should it renew the deal. An indignant Vatican took the article more as a calculated affront than a diplomatic gesture. The friction broke into the open on Wednesday as Mr. Pompeo arrived in Rome and met with prelates.
Wait, where are you looking?
I'm not
prelates,
familiar with that word. Sorry, guys. And others who are hostile to Pope Francis, while the Vatican denied him a meeting with the pontiff and rebuffed his efforts to derail the deal with China. Should we make that so that that's the only thing on the screen, maybe?
You want me to really zoom it in there for you?
Oh, well.
Here you go.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm lost. Great idea, Carrie.
Oh, great, Joel. Look what you did to Carrie.
Gee, Joel.
Oh, here we go. Was this it?
Yes, Pompeo asked to meet the Pope, who turned him down because Francis had clearly said that he does not receive political figures ahead of the elections. Cardinal Pietro Parolin, who as Secretary of State is the Vatican's second-ranking official, told reporters, but to some observers on both sides of the tensions between the Roman Catholic Church and the Trump administration, Mr. Pompeo's visit is as much about the coming presidential election as about China policy. Mr. Pompeo dismissed that suggestion as absurd, but intended or not, his trip signals that President Trump is on the side of those conservative American Catholics who worry about the church's direction under Francis and think he is soft on China. Let's see, Francis and Mr. Trump, who have exchanged sharp words in the past, present starkly different visions on issues ranging from the environment to immigration to the threat of populism. In appealing to the Vatican's support for religious freedom as a reason to drop its China agreement, Mr. Pompeo seemed to seek common ground, but in a way that upset the Pope's chief allies and delighted his chief critics. Cardinal Parolin said Mr. Pompeo's article had caused surprise at the Vatican because this visit to Rome by the secretary and the meetings with high officials at the Holy See had already been in the works and would have been a more opportune forum for airing grievances. He added that Mr. Pompeo's choice to publish in First Things, a conservative Christian magazine that has called Francis a failure as Pope, also mattered.
That must have been from that New York Times article there. Ooh.
Okay, so Q says,
when does a church become a playground? When does a church become a business? When does a church become political? When does a church become corrupt? When does a church become willfully blind? When does a church become controlled? Q.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can... Yeah, wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you think about it just from the aspect of religious freedom, the fact that the Vatican supports China and the Chinese Communist Party, that's pretty devastating.
It's pretty telling.
It is pretty telling, and it's scary.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so post 4800, drop 30th of September, 2020. We got that graphic again. The Red October, hunters become the hunted, patriots in control. Q says Red October. And check this out, guys. So this one was literally what? It was like
15 seconds.
Was it 15 seconds
20
in?
or 10 o'clock and 15
10 o'clock.
seconds.
Yeah, 10 o'clock and 15 seconds right before October, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Red October. Boom. Wow. All right. So did we want to cover the rest, or do we want to do those tomorrow?
I think we'll come at them tomorrow. It's getting
right.
kind of late, and yeah.
It's getting kind of late. It's past my
Yeah,
bedtime.
It is. Yeah, right. You stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sorry, I'm kind of an
last night.
insomniac, guys. I don't know. Do I got any insomniacs out there? Because I sure am.
Right here. No, I think I have them worse than you, actually. All right, guys, this has been really awesome. We're so glad that you were here with us on this Saturday evening. We know you have a lot of choices, what you can do on Saturday night with your time. And so we're just so grateful that you've been here with us and just hanging out, and love seeing you guys in the chat. Love the connections that are being made, and it's just a really, really cool thing. So guys, just real quick before we head out of here, if you guys want to support us, you can always do that. We have PayPal now, and we have a Venmo. If you want to just support the work that we're doing. We also have our Teespring account still. We're still working on getting some new designs out there. For right now, we still have the lovely gold Q.
We're definitely trying to get some more out there, guys, but we want to do some that's going to be like relevant to, a lot of like what with Trump and the Patriots.
I think we need to get some Trump. We need to get some Trump ones out there right now, especially. It's like a critical time for that because the elections.
Yeah, if you guys would like to see some Trump gear on there, let us know. We will definitely get that up there for you.
Yeah, definitely. But yes, and if you can't support us in any of those ways, that is totally fine. Just being here with us is amazing. Support right there, and we thank you guys so much for being here, and we love you so much. We can't say it enough.
Yeah, and if you do happen to be new here and you're enjoying our content, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, toggle the little notification bell so you're notified when we go live or when we put out a video.
Joel is so good at saying that. I don't know how you say that.
I learned it from watching the Micro Machines guys back in like the late 80s, early 90s on that commercial. He talked really fast. So if you guys, that might date me a bit, but that's where I learned it.
You're still younger than me. I've already dated myself quite a few times on here.
but
all right, we love you guys so much.
Yeah, much love. And don't forget, Patriots, nods, digital soldiers, and proud deplorables. Where we go one, we go all.
God bless you, Patriots. We love you, love you, love you.
It's what the TV can't televise, what the TV won't televise, what the TV don't televise, what the TV can't televise, and it's happening now. Open up your eyes, it's happening now. What the TV can't televise, it's happening now.